and it completely solves her mana problems, just as that item itself.
Yeah, and exactly that. But we're jumping to straight into pick and ban phase. That was quick. They've already banned away a few champions. Wow, heavy focus on supports already. Karma and Zyra being banned away. And I'll just quickly give you a recap if anybody's just joined the stream. This is INTZ over on the blue side. And over on the red side, we do have Chaos Latin Gamers, KMV, over there. So if you get a little bit confused with the tags. But Karma, Zyra, Poppy banned away from KMV and Jace and the Nami ban. So yeah, already like we said, Jace, really strong pick, and he's already been banned away.
We can see, as you said, the heavy focus on support though. That's 3 support bans. That's all the strong supports really taken off the board. And we're not going to see Misfortune unless we see Zyra, I feel. So looking at this now, you can see the Gnar now being banned away from Yang as well. Looking at the ban that really confuses me though is they've banned Poppy after they've banned Jace. So Jace has already been banned, and then you ban Poppy. Poppy being the counter pick into Jace, and that's really when you see it. So I'm rather surprised to see the ban there.
Yeah, well, the Syndra is going to be left open, that powerhouse in the mid lane, which we didn't actually mention. I wasn't really going to mention it because it is banned 100% of the time. Pick ban it was. But that is going to actually get picked up by Tokas there, so he is going to be able to have that powerhouse in the mid, and it'll be interesting to see what Plugo can do to kind of counteract that. Does it mean that KLG get these next 2 picks, and there's a lot of strong junglers left open.
Indeed, no, there's been 0 jungle bans here, so that's leaving it completely open for Tier Wolf, and it is indeed Revolta. There was an error on the graphics we saw earlier, so we'll see how they pick, but looking at this Syndra, the ability to free push the wave with low mana costs is roughly 20 mana, I believe, at level 1 for that Q. Really being able to push down the mids and then roam freely and get the really strong burst with that ultimate. But there's the Caitlyn instantly and the Lee Sin as well. Taking that Lee Sin away from Revolta.
They were like, nope, we're going to ban your top lane, we're going to ban one away from Jockster, and then we're going to take the Lee Sin. So they've taken the Lee Sin away from Revolta, but the Fox does get his hands on that Caitlyn, which we discussed is such a high priority pick right now. But Revolta says, hey, you want to take away my Lee Sin? I'm going to go on the Olaf. And that does mean Macau gets the Jhin as well. So really strong picks throughout this draft at the moment. The Fox is hovering the Vayne. I'm not entirely sure that's going to get locked in somehow, unless it's some crazy Caitlyn mid strategy. But you never know.
Yeah, it would be. I think it's just a little fancy hovery showing that. It's like we mentioned earlier, though, looking on the other side, you can see Macau has locked in that Jhin. So he's going to be looking to try and land that curtain call, the deadly flourishes at long range. Really enable this Olaf to get off a solid gank, but ghosting and Ragnarocking and rolling through the bot lane, hopefully, as we may see from him. It's a very nice pick, though. I'm surprised to see it from Revolta. It's not something we've seen from him much so far. So we'll see how he can perform on this Olaf. Maybe he's picking it into the Lee Sin because it's something he personally doesn't like to play against as Lee Sin.
Oh, no. Well, playing against a 100-mile-an-hour and a Viking as he's Ragnarocking towards you, completely immovable, is quite annoying as Lee Sin, which you pretty much can't do anything to him, especially if he's the minutest bit tanky. But Plugo is going to take away the Victor, so it's going to be a Victor into the Syndra matchup in the mid lane, and that does look like an Echo as well for Accelerator, so that's going to go towards the top. Now, he doesn't know what he's going to play that into. They do have the chance for the counter pick, but they are going to save that for the support. And that does mean that INTZ now have the chance to pick their top laner. Unless the Olaf goes top, obviously it is a flex. It can go into that top side. But looking at the bottom lane real quick, what would you really want to pair this Caitlyn with? Because you know you're against a Jhin already. And they are hovering the Bard here. But obviously you do have those powerhouses like the Karma and like the Zyra up still.
Karma and Zyra, obviously, yeah, they're being banned here. So this is going to be tough, really, to see what the support pool will dip into. So that's the Trundle in the top lane. I love that pick. That's perfectly picking into the Echo. Because Echo will outscale the Kennen. He'll outscale the Rumble to the point where he can win those trades with building Trinity Force, then Pure Tank. So Trundle's ability to take away those tank stats and actually duel effectively and try and win a duel against the Echo in this late game will be crucial. He was hovering the Fiora. That would be very much of a skill matchup, as the scaling will be very close to even, but he doesn't want to go for the skill matchup, instead go for the safe Trundle. I do love that. Jockster going for the Alistar, though. That will be maybe Alistar landing a combo into the long-range Deadly Flourish. We'll see how that goes. And Sakia hovering the Thresh. We probably may expect this to come through. Although we could see her Morgana. It is another pick we see commonly from her.
Oh,
and it is that Thresh though, and
it is going to be the Thresh lock-in.
Will she take that Ignite and just go for wanting to 2v2 kill, or will she switch to the Exhaust? That'll be the interesting part here.
I'm a fairly aggressive support. Well spotted on the Karma Zyra. I've had enough coffees this morning. It's fairly early, but does mean Yang is on the Trundle versus Accelerator, like you said. He's a very strong laner, Yang. We've already mentioned it. Be interesting to see how he plays against Accelerator as well. And yeah, got the Thresh into the Alistar. I mean, the key point to mention about that, obviously, you can flay the headbutt away. So if you can get those combos off, you can pretty much eliminate Joxter's presence in these early game team fights or skirmishes down in the bottom side. It's going to be absolutely devastating for Joxter, especially. Before he hits level 6, obviously, Alistair did receive the nerfs on his ultimate, hence why he wasn't picked as much. But coming against this Thresh here, it's going to be definitely a challenge. But, I mean, matchup to watch, definitely. It's got to be Revolta, isn't it? And in the jungle versus Tearwolf. It has to be.
Yeah, that angry Nordic man running at you screaming will be the big thing to watch in this game. So will he be able to tear down the bot lane or the top lane? We'll see, because generally if you pick an Olaf, you want to see him put a lot of pressure in bot lane, since top lane's a rather short lane by comparison. If you look at the bot lane, there's normally a much larger space for him to come in and gank, especially now he's against the Caitlyn, which will want to push in the wave. Be interesting to see how this one plays out. But one thing I want to touch on quickly is that bot lane duo with the flaying away. We have seen that Thresh is a very strong pick for Sakia. Will she be able to land that flay or not? That will be a crucial thing for this lane. If she can, it should be an easy one lane for Chaos Latin gamers. If she can't, that's where it will become interesting.
Indeed, and we should be getting onto this very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready. I hope you guys are ready in the chat. And wherever you are watching, it's the first game, best of 3. I mean, maybe they're showing... We got to talk about the kind of the draft strategies as well, because are they showing too much? Obviously, you don't want to show a whole lot in the first couple of games and then pull something out crazy at the end. We saw, obviously, at Worlds with the Rocks Tigers pulling out the Misfortune, for example. I'll go back to that. And, yeah, you got to make sure you're not showing too much, because if you do, show your game plan, and that could be all over, realistically, because they'll just start banning away some of your big picks. But coming into the mid matchup as well, they left the Syndra open. I've got to wonder, is that going to be a mistake?
Yeah, the Syndra has been very punishing, as we've seen it at Worlds, so we're looking forward to seeing how that will actually perform in this mid lane. Will it be able to put the pressure down and roam, or will it have to end up getting ganked? Because we haven't really seen that much showing from Tokkers and Plugo in the mid lanes as really the primary carries for their team, as I mentioned before. So if he puts up a strong Syndra performance in this game, that could really turn the opinion for him, and if he does do well on it, maybe it will have to be banned for the rest of the series, and if he makes it through, potentially the rest of the tournament.
I mean, well, like we discussed before, there are so many big picks that we felt that Chaos Latin Gamers did need to did need to kind of take away. But we are onto the Rift, INTZ. We're already starting laner phase. This is really quick. Versus Chaos Latin Gamers over on the red side. Does actually look like INTZ are actually setting up the slow push here, actually, in favor of them.
So they wanted to slowly push forward and deny as many minions as possible, as the Caitlyn and Thresh chose to go for the Grump start, try and get that early level 2. But it does mean she's already poked down to nearly half HP this early.
Yeah, same with Macau. He's pretty low already, but he's going to be healed up by Alistar, so that's not going to be too much of a problem. Joxter did actually take Pulverize first. So, obviously, we probably won't see him use that aggressively in the early game. Oh, Plugo taking a lot. Actually pops the Ghost already. Plugo already taking a lot of damage, and he's going to have to back off sharpish. It looks like he's actually taken the Assassin Mastery as well. Hasn't actually taken Biscuit, so he won't get that added sustain in lane. And that could be a real problem against the Olaf.
Indeed, if the Olaf can come in with that Ghost gank, now that that Ghost is down, maybe he'll have to just throw down a Gravity Field and instantly flash in the hope that he can try and get away. But that's going to be a really rough lane now for Plugo. Level 2, already having to play really far back in this lane versus Tokkers. Tokkers now playing well. The one thing I want to mention with this jungle matchup quick is Olaf wants to go really low when he's jungling, because you get that extra attack speed the lower health you are. So he's gonna he does have a very fast clear speed, but he needs to go very low. So if Tearwolf could early manage to clear a few camps and then try and invade, that should be a really easy kill for him. But it looks like he's gonna play safe, gonna clear very slowly. He's already cleared both buffs, but he's on a higher HP right now, and that's okay.
That's not right.
That's not Revolta.
That's tomorrow's games. Revolta though, he's throwing that stake at Tearwolf. Tearwolf going really low here, but Zaki is going to be here. Q misses. It's going to be all good. He's going to get out safely. Uh-oh, maybe not. Joxer was trying to go in there. He goes really low. Thunderlord's proc as well. He'll actually being popped from Macau. Tearwolf's getting taken really low as well. Double buffs. You don't want to give those over so early. There's going to be Ghost as well. Toggers is going to come through. There's going to be a flash pulverize under Zaki. This could be first blood. It is. It's going to go over to Macau in that absolutely insane 4v4 in the bottom lane this early on.
That was very strong there, and you saw that the teleport did get channeled by Accelerator, but it got cancelled. I think Trundle used this pillar to knock him out of his teleport. Very well played there. Did manage to cancel that teleport. And looking at the cooldown on the teleport already, it did look like it was cancelled by that pillar. Very important point there. But the headbutt pulverize combo, securing the kill. Getting the nice early roam there by Tockers, because he did end up ghosting down the river to get there in time. First blood going over to Macau, crucially in this matchup. He might be able to end up pressuring out this Caitlyn and actually winning the matchup, which normally Ajin doesn't.
Oh man, that was really bad. I think T-Wolf obviously did miss. Whoa, hang on a minute. Nah, it's going to be alright. He did miss his Q at the start of that fight, and obviously he backed off, but then you had Joxer just flanked them, got a nice pulverize, and that, yeah, like you said, just really turned around that fight, and now Macau has got that. Oh man, that is going to be a punishing lane for the Fox right now. He has got the Dirk. Oh, Plugo spotted Tockers with no mana. It's going to be alright though. But yeah, that, at the moment, I mean, 2 biscuits versus refillable and the serrated Dirk. That is already ahead in this game. That could be a massive problem for the Fox.
Yeah, the passive from the serrated Dirk, whenever you kill a minion, you get 15 extra damage on your next hit. That will really help as he kills a minion and puts an attack on Caitlyn and so on and so forth. So he can try and combo up, get that extra damage down, get the extra poke down. And in this big advantage, especially with that early armor penetration, maybe he will look to snowball ahead. But that is the early Berserker Greaves coming out from Caitlyn.
Yeah, really wow. So, yeah, that is fairly early. Obviously, maybe just to clear the waves. Obviously, he doesn't really want to fight. Just knows she has to reach those power spikes. Well, power spikes of major items before she wants to do anything. Obviously, Caitlyn takes a little bit of time to scale. And obviously, Macau getting that early kill, actually, obviously pushed him towards the Ghostblade build. So I can imagine we're going to see that coming out of him as his first item. But Plugo here actually going for the Null Magic Mantle. So that's going to be a little bit of extra defenses, but not being able to go back with 2,500 gold to get his first Hex Score upgrade could be a little bit of a problem.
Having to go for that double Dorans, not even able to get something along the lines of the Lost Chapter. Really pressuring down the lane well from Tockers, managing to get favourable trades. But Yang in the top lane looks in danger.
Yang is in the top lane. Subjugate was popped on Accelerator, so he's going to get a bit of HP back. Yeah, it's pretty insane. You're just like, oh, you turn around for 1 second and he has full HP again. Beautiful. That's one thing I don't like facing.
Oh, he looks in danger here.
He's fine. Just hook the Grom. Uh-oh, the Fox actually gets pulverized there. Deadly Flourish comes out and hits the Fox as well. Goes from Revolta again. That short cooldown is absolutely so crucial. That's exhausting as well. Revolta picks up the kill on the Fox. Tearwolf going low as well. The dunk down from Revolta picks up another kill. And Saki is on the run now as well. Ghosting. Plugo comes in as well. Deadly Flourish again. That combo is huge. Tockers comes round. Scatter the Weak to stun him up. And he goes down. This is absolutely amazing play from INTZ's bottom lane. Those combos with the Deadly Flourish, absolutely massive.
Incredible there. They're really comboing up so well. The team play is really shining through here, showing why they made it to Worlds last time. And the headbutt away. Very
he does get the Deadly Flourish, actually. He's going really low. Oh, no! Joxer took too many shots. Macau's left alone. Oh, Revolta's here. Maybe he's going to try and come in. No, he's going to switch over back over to Tockers. That was a bit sad. But redemption kill for the support. Over onto Joxer there, so
the gold only going onto the support after all, yeah. So you could really see the team play shining through though. Tockers turning up perfectly on time with the Ghost to get that kill. The Deadly Flourish is really being on point from Macau. Ended up getting securing 2 kills for his team with that. And Revolta standing in the middle of 3 people, still bursting down the Fox is very impressive. Not even the trap on a trap on the ground or something like that could stop him. It was just rolling through the team there. As we mentioned before, the Angry Viking running at the enemy.
Terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying. And that short cooldown on the Ghost, 150 seconds. That we saw him use it in the first fight, comes back in, Ghost again, exhaust, boom, Fox dies. Really, really oppressive and just such a good summoning spell. Fox die. Unlucky. Unlucky, I guess. Macau is just so far ahead at the moment. Got 2 assists as well. And just Tokka with this lead as well. Has got those lost chapters like we were talking about. Plus the Sork shoes for that early penetration against the Negatron cloak. And not looking a good place for Pugo. Yeah,
he's juking the laser as well. It's going to be really important for that.
Yeah. Well, They're going to steal away the blue buff now, so that's probably going to go over to Tockers. Just the sheer control Insta putting out already really shows their prowess as a team at the moment.
Maybe you're looking to catch out on Tockers.
They might get the Q here. Yeah, there's going to be a kick. Nice flash away from Tockers. Gets the double stun as well, actually. Beautiful reactive flash. Make sure Tearwolf cannot get on top of her.
Does burn the flash.
Yes, that's going to be really important. Obviously, Ghost is down as well. Revolta in the bottom side. Look at that pressure he's just exerting on this bottom tier 1.
Well.
Yeah, it's almost down already. 8 minutes into the game, 9 minutes almost.
You can just keep doing that. You can just sit around the brush, sitting on wards, not having to care that he's on a ward, just knowing that he's putting down enough pressure to make them back away from the tower. That's all he really needs to do. Really important. Looking at the lane now.
Ghost again. Plugo's in a lot of trouble. Axe comes through. He gets dunked. See you later. I was going to call him Pogo. Plugo goes down. And again, he's just not having a good time on this Victor at all. That and cool. Misses 2. He's got 1 shot. Last one. Does hit the Fox. Deadly Flourish is available. Flash and Jockers actually ignite going down to him. That's going to be a dash ward hop in from Lee Sin. Exhaust and kick to secure the kill. Maybe a bit too aggressive, not waiting for Revolta, but now Revolta is in the mix. He is going to get the kill onto Tearwolf. And there goes then Ragnar being popped. The axes go flying through. Can the Fox turn it around? One more to attack will do it. And the Deadly Flourish misses. The nice flash from Fox to get out of there. But he is going to trade up a kill. That is a 2-for-2 trade at the end of that. And we skip again to another overlay we're not supposed to see just yet. But
production really hype on Vega Squadron right now.
I know, they're like, guys,
they just want to see Edward again.
Vega Squadron, they're coming up soon. But we're in a game with Inns versus Chaos Latin Gamers.
Guys, INTZ might be playing, but Vega Squadron is on Sunday. Just be aware.
Yeah. Well, INTZ, firm lead at the moment. Just absolutely insane map pressure from Revolta, realistically. He did go down in that fight. Ocean Drake being available as well for both teams. He's not the most prioritised Drake.
Look at the farm in the bot lane right now.
Oof.
The 40 CS advantage at 10 minutes. That's ridiculous, especially as Jhin into Caitlyn. That's incredible. And he's already 2-0-3. He hasn't backed since he got that serrated duck. There's a much bigger advantage to be had when he does go back. Probably going for that early Youmuu's Ghost Blade, trying to get the extra movement speed and attack speed. One of those items that will be being changed in the preseason. Looking across the map, though, there's winning lanes all around. Top lane going roughly even at the minute, but Trundle, as long as he goes even in this matchup, will end up coming ahead every time he has his ultimate in a trade. Jungle, you can see Revolta absolutely stomping it. Up on farm, up on pressure, up on ganks, and up on everything. Kills, exactly.
And assists.
In the mid lane, you can see that the big advantage is to be had.
Speaking of mid lane, kick from Tockers, straight back into the tower. He's not going to be able to do anything. Goes down. Revolta just stands there like, you guys, are you gonna tap me, or are you just gonna let me take the tower? Just takes the tower on his own. Tockers goes down though. Beautiful pathing from Tearwolf there. Did hop over the wall. Doesn't mean 2 towers go down, however. It's going to be one taken in the bottom side. And importantly as well, Macau actually got the solo gold for that tower.
Yeah, the solo gold going over to both Macau and Revolta. They will be looking to scale into the late game and really do a lot of damage. Try and control these team fights. But as you say, a really nice play by Tearwolf. Ward hopping over the wall, managing to get that kick, get the kill down. In the end, it was just a slight overextension trying to get the tower, but they trade a kill for 2 towers across the map. And already, at 12 minutes in, they've got a 5k gold lead.
Yeah, it's pretty insane coming out from INTZ at this current time. Tearwolf spots out Yang. Might be in a little bit of trouble. Has got Pillar available. He does. Don't take the pink ward. Okay, good. He's good. He's got Frozen Domain. It's almost hard to see with that skin, but he did activate Frozen Domain.
Is this traditional Trundle?
It is indeed. That's one of my favourite skins on Trundle. Apart from Constable Trundle, because he puts up a traffic cone. That's a good skin.
True British style.
Oh, yeah. We did actually discuss, obviously, will Revolta put pressure on the top lane? The answer is no. Yang's just been left completely free to his own devices. Yeah, especially into this matchup.
Yeah, with this matchup, there's no pressure really needed to be put down unless there's really strong potential for a gank and one team is really overextending. So we see a little bit of supportal combat here in the jungle.
Maybe not supportal combat for long. Flashed away from the Thresh there. He's going to get out. Tockers does get the stun onto Tearwolf. Does she want to go in? She has got the power. Here comes the kick. She doesn't get him over the wall though, but Tockers in a little bit of trouble, but Jhin actually secures the kill onto Tearwolf. Now Tockers so low. He's like 2 HP at max.
And he gets away.
Oh, he gets no laser comes through. Pulgo gets the kill and Macau goes down as well. Accelerator chasing him up. And this could be the turnaround that KLG were looking for. But in the top side, Revolta is going to push down at that tier 2 tower in the top lane. So they did manage to get a tower off that one. But having 2 members down from INTZ might lead this mid tower to be taken as well. There isn't too much of a minion wave, and it looks like they're just going to back off.
Yeah, the double shutdown there. But the thing is, this seems like very much to me like Origin were last year at Worlds. They're willing to concede fights as long as they get another tower, extra farm on their lanes. So they're sitting on a 6k gold lead, even though they've lost 2 fights in a row. They've actually increased their gold lead across that time. It's a very interesting style where you're just willing to concede so much because you're willing to get advantages across the map from doing so, and it's playing very well in the end. They are giving, unfortunately, some gold over to that Echo, which may end up putting pressure on the Trundle, but now he's got that Ravenous Hydra completed along with the Mercury Treads. He should be fine in that lane. Yeah,
he's going to be quite the pain to deal with.
Because in the end, if you look at it, it's... Yes, Echo got a kill onto the Jhin, he got the shutdown gold, but at the same time, Trundle got extra CS and a tower, and he's got the global tower gold from the other 2 towers.
So you could say he's slightly ahead on gold.
Yeah, he should be ahead on gold at this point, but only slightly. But still, even though Echo went over, got a shutdown kill, he still got roughly the same amount of gold from the tower gold.
And he burnt TP as well, and it does look like INTZ are going to be taking this dragon. Obviously, Revolta, he could probably just take that on his own at this point. He's pretty fed, 3-1-1. Just Jockster and Macau are going to come over to help secure that one. So Ocean Dragon does go over for INTZ. Now, it is a 6k gold lead in favour of them, and they have got the map pressure as well. Now, who they're going to want to protect? Obviously, Tokka at this point just is going to be an absolute monster. He has finished his Morello Nomicon, and Plugo, he's only sitting on tier 2 Hex Core and a Negatron Cloak.
He has been pressured quite heavily, though, by the jungler so far. He has given over a couple kills just where he's been caught out. He got caught out under the tower, and then he got caught out in a team fight where Tear Wolf ended up giving up his life to fly right through and kick him back towards the victor. So, unfortunately, he is starting to give some gold over, but he's sitting in his brush.
He is, and he's not sitting on a ward, however. Oh, Scatter the Weak misses.
The Blind Duke
Ghost,
there by
actually.
Tear Wolf.
Yeah, the Blind Duke. Well, Tokka's just put it off to the side, did Baron Pit, so maybe he was just assuming he'd walk a bit more forwards, but it didn't happen. Revolta blew the Ghost as well. It's true, man. Like, any Duke that Lee Sin makes is pretty spectacular, considering he's quite blind. Only quite.
One thing I want to mention about Yang here in this top lane, he's really not putting any pressure down with his teleport. He hasn't really used it to get back to lane. He hasn't used the pressure on the lanes themselves. You see a hook for no avail, just put some pressure on. You can see that really when it's a passive lane, you can't really do much. When the Caitlyn will just, when the Thresh will just try and throw out hooks, hope that they can get something off of it and not really do anything about it. That's when you know the lane's just completely passive and you can't do anything. There's no plays to be made.
No plays to be made. Chaos Knight Gamers. Have they got a hope though? Oh, Chaos Storm actually goes down to clear a minion wave. So that's a zoning, what we call a zoning Chaos Storm. Not used for damage. Something that I never do when I'm playing. I always save my... Hang on a minute. That was cheeky. Did land onto Tokka's, but he just hopped back. It's all good.
No,
it's going to be alright.
Today, as they still putting pressure on this tower, Revolta just runs through the gravity field. Doesn't even get caught by it.
Yeah, Yang's off to the side as well, so he's going to put a lot of pressure down on that. Deadly Flourish has hit onto Sakia. She has just not been an impact on this Thresh at all at the moment. It's not something she wanted to do. Revolta, though, is going to get caught on, actually. No,
wow!
Flash headbutt pulverized 4 into 4 people! This is huge! Then the Deadly Flourish comes out as well. This is absolutely massive for INTZ. Then Tear Wolf jumps into the fight. Yeah, Tokka's takes him out with absolute ease. Plugo on the run now. He really wants this kill. Astor under the tower. He's going to pop down Unstoppable Force. Plugo's in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down. An absolute demolishing fight for Chaos Latin Gamers as they go down in a 4-for-1 exchange, with Revolta at the start of that being caught out.
Yeah, Revolta did get caught, but the moment that curtain call came out, and the Alistair combo onto 4 people, knocking them all up, all getting caught in Syndra damage, and the Chaos, and the... Accelerator now getting caught as well.
He has got ult available. We'll see if he can use it. No, takes the Lantern, actually. Very... Oh, I would have definitely ulted there. But...
As we were saying, 4 people got caught in that Alistair combo. It just allowed for so much AoE damage to go down from the Syndra, from Revolta landing the axe across 4 different people. Very, very high damage, and that's what won them the team fight. Nice little wombo combo there.
That was ridiculous. Joker saw his opening as well. You could see it in his eyes. Just bam. Combo comes through. Yeah, like you said, curtain call just doing an absolute ton of damage.
But what's Thresh going to do about that? Thresh can't make those sort of plays, and you can see why Thresh has fallen out of the meta quite significantly, because there's just not really enough you can do with it compared to the Alistar in teamfights.
Yeah, the long range
maybe
engages.
One hook. Yeah, and then you maybe can try and flay away some people, but it's just so much of a defensive tool that Thresh has become, and that's not what Thresh wants to be. He wants to be making plays. So you can see why he's fallen behind.
We did say earlier, obviously, about Sakura wanting to be that playmaker. We said she's very good on the Thresh. She is extremely good. Has proved that a couple of times before, but are just not making it work in this game. Unfortunately, Baron is 1 minute to go. Joxer does find himself 4 people. He has got ultimate available. No, it's a couple of seconds away, actually. He actually just goes down. Revolta now caught in it as well. Ghost and Ragnarok is going to get popped. Macau's actually going to get focused here by Tearwolf, but he's going to be low in the backline as well. The curtain call comes through. Only one shot needed. And Chaos Storm over the wall, but not enough damage at all to finish off Tockers. And the ace in the hole comes through as well. I think that did... I don't know who that hit, but it did no damage.
Yeah, he tried to put it down onto, I believe, Macau. Macau ended up healing to survive it. As you can see, the heal's on a very recent cooldown, so it was going to get the kill, I believe. And then it was cancelled out, unfortunately, by the heal. So Macau does end up getting away from that. They trade 1-for-1 overall, trading the support for the jungler. But that's what Chaos Latin gamers have to try and do. They have to trade 1-for-1 and then not lose anything for it. But with that, with the jungler going down, maybe they can try and set up for this Baron that has just spawned.
Yeah, Baron has just spawned. 45 seconds on that dragon as well. I'll let you know ASAP when we know what dragon it is. Uh-oh. Come on, buddy. You just got caught there again. Has got ultimate available. Probably not going to use it. Doesn't want to waste it. Headbutt back. Not going to happen. Plugo picks up the kill. That's literally... He starts an entire team fight. That INTZ comes through and he goes, I'm just going to go back there and go to ward.
It's the tale of the supports, unfortunately. One minute they'll be making an amazing play, landing a 4-man headbutt pulverize combo. Then they'll just die in the same place in the jungle twice in a row.
Oh, yeah.
It's unfortunate, but unfortunately that is the life of a support nowadays. It's just so easy to catch them out.
As my teammates would say, we can still win this. Don't worry, guys.
They only have 6 item slots. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
They have to max out on items eventually.
Exactly. Ocean Drake available. It's going to get started by Yang and Tockers. Man, double Ocean Drake, especially this late into the game, is pretty nice. Obviously, more favoured as an early game, just to get you through that laning phase. But regen is regen. It's always going to be good, no matter what happens. Tearwolf getting spotted out by that pink ward up there. And there's a lot of vision, actually, now, down from Chaos Latin gamers. They know they have to get and just re-secure the top side of their jungle with as much vision as possible in order to make sure that they spot out anybody. Like you, Jockster, I'm looking at you, buddy. That does come into their jungle. And you do have 3 members on the top side as well for INTZ. Remember, Baron is available. Both teams have it warded out, however.
I do like what Chaos Latin gamers have done here, though, in the top side. They know they're being heavily pressured all across the map. So what they do is they just get one area and go, this is our zone. You can't come in our zone. And if anybody disrespects their vision control, they just killed them, as you saw what happened to Jockster twice. Now, finally, they go and group up. They go through together with Razor Sharp buff from the Raptors and manage to clear out a few wards there, start to gain back some vision control. And now that pressure that Chaos Latin gamers did have in the top side has been mitigated.
Tockers just takes that large Raptor away from Tearwolf. Revolta getting started on again. That is going to be curtain call, though. Sakura's taking so much damage. Ragnarok's going to get popped as well. Insta-killed. Revolta's going to pick that kill up. Plugo's on the run as well. Ace in the hole was used by the Fox. Didn't do too much damage, as I think it went on to Yang, I believe. And now Tearwolf is in the top side, looking to try and go after Macau, possibly. But, I mean, they just keep getting caught out at this point. Sakura not in a good spot. Had to blow the flash as well. Not good for her. Oh, you've got to be careful. There's a Lee Sin right there. Right, is it going to walk in?
Oh, the kick into the wall.
No, the kick into the wall, in fact. Yeah, there's going to be a headbutt pulverized onto the Fox. He goes down, however, and he is going to get secured by Jockster. Jockster is going to pop the ultimate, but Revolta's into the mix as well. Tockers is going to come in, uses the Ghost. Scatter the Weak misses onto Tearwolf. The slow comes through as well. Oh, no. Yeah, he's going to go down most probably. No, the subjugate is going to get popped. There's the final whack, but Accelerator's going to come into as well. But no, Tockers goes down, and now Yang and Revolta on the wrong side of the tower, and Jockster with no ultimate goes down. Yang in a 1v3 situation. He is so tanky at this point. IE probably could 1v3 if I'm honest with you. Got use of the pillar there, but it doesn't look like Revolta is going to say, hey, we should probably just take this tower. As they do all back off. But a bit of a messy team fight actually from INTZ there. As Tokas just gets caught out completely in the backline.
Overextending under the tower, unfortunately. Tokas was tanking the tower for quite a while, then Echo comes in and finishes him off. Does manage to get the ult off before he does go down there, but Echo just heals it all back up with the ultimate. And the Dark Seal for him now on 7 stacks. He's 3-0-1. He is the shining light for this team, the one hope that they can try and play around in the late game, considering the jungler's now 3-6.
He is their light to the shining star, but we'll see if he can make anything of it. Yeah, you're right. 3-6 on this Lee Sin on Tearwolf. I mean, he's just tried. He has tried really hard. He's had a couple of good kicks. So we've got that going for him, which is nice. But just at the moment, just not being as impactful as Revolta has. Yeah, we said in Champs today, you take my Lee Sin? All right, I'll take Olaf then. That's fine. Just run down your team instead.
Yeah, I feel like Olaf is one of the strongest junglers in the game right now, up there with the bans. But as you saw in this game, Nidalee was not banned. So yeah, those nerfs that came out on the most recent patch, maybe making her less viable to these teams, but they did not want to take her in this game, which is rather surprising considering how strong she has been at Worlds.
Maybe both junglers not too confident. I mean, Olaf, clearly a good jungler at this point. I mean, Revolta's making it look pretty easy. Running in there with Ragnarok and Ghost, and yeah, he's doing a pretty good job. Does get hooked again though. He's got a good job of taking those hooks to the face, but realistically, it doesn't matter all too much. Yeah, she's just gonna back away from my tower. The thing is though, Chaos Gamers, they do have the wave clear on their side. They do have Caitlyn, obviously Victor, very good at wave clearing, so they can stall out in that sense. It's just the engage coming out from INTZ that's really just put Chaos Gamers on their knees.
It's been really just pressure across the map, yeah, and you can see his Trundle is going to get even more tanky now. He's finished that Ravenous Hydra, he's finished the Iceborne Gauntlet. He should be able to start winning these trades up in the top lane. The mid lane is going to be easily won between Tokas and Plugo.
Death Bush. Jockster gets headbutt pole. That's the combo. The combo is insane. Yeah, Revolta's going to jump through as well. Ghost Ragnarok onto Plugo. There's the last shot coming through. Sakia actually gets the hook, but he actually just lands straight into the pork chop of Revolta. And he does pick up another kill to his name. 5-2. Yang rotating to mid lane as well to try and 1v1 Accelerator. Just doing so much damage. And like you said before, the regen coming out from this guy is absolutely insane. Only aided by the Ocean Drakes.
It's absolutely insane, Trundle, in the late game, how much health he can get back so quickly. We've seen from many people like Looper in the LPL, if you watch him play Trundle in the late game, it's an absolute joy to watch, because he can stand there, literally 1v4, and come out with 2 kills and still get away. Completely ridiculous.
Completely ridiculous. Nice combo. Again, Accelerator has got ultimate available. Does use it. Go back into 4 people, but no AP ratios means no damage.
Caitlyn putting down so much.
Revolta, yeah, Caitlyn's doing a lot of damage. Just left free in this backline. Nice hook from Sakia to pull it in Revolta, but the onslaught continues. Tokas actually gets hooked there, flayed into a trap, but Jockster goes in as well. Tokas gets the kill. Plugo going low as well, and he's going to get dunked on by Revolta. Sakia and Tearwolf, the last surviving members remaining for Chaos Latin Gamers, as they just desperately try and defend these inhibitor towers and the Nexus turrets. This is not going well for KLG at this current time, and it's only a matter of time now, I think, if INTZ finish this game. In fact, I think they could probably end now.
Echo coming up in a few seconds. I don't think it's quick enough. It looks like the end of the game here. Nothing Tearwolf and Sakia can do. It's just going to end right here. See, that last fight was just clutch enough for them, and Toka's really coming up big.
Oh, are they going to try and go for it? Tearwolf went in, actually. Yeah, Toka's is trying to get Accelerator off him. No, I thought it was Zhonya's then. I was like, you could put a Zhonya's, but no, game 1 going over to INTZ in that extremely